Hola a todos desde Los Ángeles. My name is Alejandro.
I'm Estevan.
Y somos los Hermanos Gutiérrez.
And we are here at Amoeba, and this is What's in My Bag. I had to pick this album, Khruangbin, first album. We just opened the show yesterday in San Diego for them. It was amazing. And I remember he showed me this band, I think 2019.
Yeah.
And he showed me the first track was White Gloves. And I was blown away. I was like, wow, this is incredible. Instrumental, cool music, you know. Meeting them and like being on tour with them is a dream, and so this is a very cool album.
So I found this cool record called Ecuatoriana. Polibio Mayorga. I never heard of this guy. So I just found it in the Latin section, and it's a gatefold, this old image. And apparently it's tropical keyboard. And there's a bio as well, with really amazing pictures and fonts. I love that stuff. So I don't know, I'm super curious to have a listen. It looks amazing.
Our mother is from Ecuador, our father is Swiss. So that's also like kind of interesting. Buena Vista Social Club. Like in my opinion, the best live studio album that you can get like in the Latin section. It's amazing, like the musicians that they picked randomly and then they created this incredible album. That's a must-have for every vinyl collector.
And it actually, I think it's from the same director, like the movie, the documentary from Wim Wenders. And we're huge fans of that director. Like Paris, Texas has been always a big inspiration. And so yeah, it's like a lot of artists coming together in this piece of work. Yeah. My next pick is this book, Pedro Páramo. It's a Mexican novel by Juan Rulfo, like amazing photographer as well. And it inspired me for the record Hijos del Sol. It's about a man's quest for his lost father in a haunted town. And it's so surreal, and it takes you on a landscape, and the scenery is so beautiful. Yeah, I was surprised I found it here. It's really beautiful. I recommend it to everyone to read this book.
¿Y qué trazas tiene su padre? Si se puede saber. No lo conozco, le dije. Solo sé que se llama Pedro Páramo.
Guns N' Roses. I remember when I saw the Freddie Mercury concert in '92, I was 10. I remember when Axl was wearing the red bandana, and that moment when he filled the whole stadium with his voice, singing Knocking on Heaven's Door, it was just... So this is my favorite album, like rock album. And I also love the design, it's so cool.
You wear a lot of Guns N' Roses shirts.
Yeah, I collect like the Guns N' Roses vintage
He cuts
shirts.
off the sleeves and he gets into a rocker at some moments. It's cool. My next record is Vara, El Inca. Also a record that I've never heard of. I love to get into new stuff, and it sounds like it's the holy grail of the South American heavy progressive rock, like with fuzz guitars, organs, violins. So I can't wait to get into this and listen to that.
Also the artwork is beautiful. You can see like these Inca stones.
Good find.
And my next pick is Santo Johnny. I love all these, and these two brothers were a big inspiration for us, because the first time we heard Sleepwalk, it was just wow, two brothers can like create that sound, that feeling. And so once I heard like the best compliment that a fan gave us, they told us, you're like Santo and Johnny, but in the badass version. That was like the best. I will never forget that moment. And so this is a beautiful album you should also have in your collection.
Indian music of the Southwest. I picked this one because I think our music really is resonating with the Southwest of the US. It's been inspired by so many trips together. We went to New Mexico and we kind of discovered on our own, like without being involved into music. That was like 5 years ago. I always get inspired by the names. I mean, you have the squaw dance, night chant, horse song, you know, it's very simple, and I bet it's like a very rhythmic vinyl. I don't know, it's kind of grounding and very earthy. I'm curious how it sounds.
My last pick is not deep. In my opinion, the best hip-hop beat ever, Shook Ones Part 2. I love to listen to hip-hop when I work out, and I don't know how many times I listen to this track. It's like, it's always good, and it's a classic one.
Cause ain't no such things as halfway crooks. Scared to death and scared to look, they shook. Cause ain't no such things as halfway crooks.
I guess the last pick is kind of a common pick. It's the Black Keys.
Everybody's home again.
They just released this record, and there's so many things that we actually know. We know Dan and Pat. We know the photographer who did that picture. He's actually with us, Larry News. We know the designer of the record, Perry Shell. He's amazing. Like, we always do our artworks with him. It feels like we were there while this happened. And so happy to know these guys. They're amazing. They've been in the business for so many years and huge inspiration. And this is an awesome record.
Thank you so much for talking with us today. We're so happy to have you in.
Thanks for having us.
Wow.